lost in this hole, the turn in the bowl, sleeping some fragments of life from me.
Hello.
The two options we've got are is have the fan on, but it'd be noisy and be nice and warm, or you'll have excellent audio quality.
Well,
and we might freeze to death halfway through the video, which, to be honest, is probably a win-win for the
for everyone.
Not
really.
only do you get a hilarious video where we die,
It's bloody freezing in here. I don't know why it's so cold.
it's like cold.
It's like
I sound like we're mourning. Like
never.
fucking honestly, we don't mourn normally. It's fucking colder in here than it is outside.
It is very cold in
Isn't
this
it?
building. I don't know what. There's some sort of like.
And I don't know why it's so cold in here, considering you've put tape over the fucking key lock.
I know.
We should, by rights, we should be fucking naked in here. Huh?
Not just that. I've got it over.
But naked.
I've got it over me. The crack in the,
I
in
don't
the
understand.
ceiling and
I don't
everything.
understand why it's so cold then
know.
with his sturdy
That's
art.
2 pieces of tape to double up because there was still a little snifter of a draft coming through. So
And I bet sitting where you sit at your desk here, was it like whistling right in your ear?
it was,
It's
yeah,
right at that
it was,
level, isn't it?
It was super. You tape over your keyhole. If that's a little tip for you, if you get drafts, everyone forget. Well, it's an old-fashioned keyhole. They don't make keys like that anymore. With the old-
Oh, it's just an up north thing, probably.
yeah. But it is. It's like I don't know.
Heating tips.
It's like someone's cast a spell on this.
Are you spending a fortune on your heating bill? Not anymore with these handy tips.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Don't ever put the heating on. There you go. That's it. That's the solution.
Yeah.
Because of him.
Anyway.
Yeah. They're the state of things.
Oh, the state of things, eh?
Yeah, we haven't done one of these podcasts for a while because we've been busy.
I've been busy. I've been very busy.
This
They don't want to hear it though, do they?
No.
Who care about how busy you've been?
If you're just joining us, this is the Massive Wagons podcast,
Yeah, it
and
is.
it's where we talk
It's been going a while now, hasn't it?
utter.
Should we have we'd be a birthday coming up, wouldn't we? An anniversary. Or
Oh, I don't know. I think we started it. Well, the format changed, didn't it? I think we started this
when we ran out of ideas.
about 18 months ago because like I remember we were doing it. It was called the Triggered Podcast then. Really, it kind of maybe still is. I don't know. It's just the Massive Wagons podcast, and the idea was it was like a sort of talking about a pet peeve, wasn't it?
Pet
You
peeve, that's it. Yeah, it was. Yeah. A bit
And,
like it wasn't ripping off Room 101 at all, but
know? No, yeah.
it's basically what it was.
But
really.
then we realised, well, it's too negative, so and it's too moany, and we obviously don't like doing that.
we
So
don't want to encourage mourning.
we don't want to encourage it. But basically, the whole format of the thing was to just moan about something, and then we could do that for days on end. But I don't know. There's enough of that going on in the world, so we thought we'd talk about
It's just a waffle, isn't it? It's just
general music gubbins.
gubbins,
whatever-
What's
whatever's
going on, eh? What's going on in our heads?
But yeah, there's lots of interesting things going on in music all the time. When you pay attention, I mean, obviously it's what we do, but you sort of think that nothing major sort of ever happens anymore. All the big music stories and that, they're a thing of the past. Big characters and whatever. But
No.
the industry, it just changes so much all the time. For the better or worse, I don't know. That's
It's just
up
a
to you
matter
to
of
decide.
opinion, isn't it, eh?
It is a matter of opinion. Yeah.
It's not up to us to ram opinions down your throat,
No.
even though we might try.
No, well, I mean, I'd like to think that people would tune in if, because they wanted our opinion on stuff. If you didn't, what are you bloody listening to this for?
They're just waiting for us. No, they're not. They don't want our opinion. They're just waiting for us to slip up and destroy our careers with a slip of the tongue.
You know what? We're
They're waiting for us to say something that's gonna bury us.
yeah, that is a very thin layer of ice we constantly tread on these
They're
podcasts.
gonna get cancelled at one point.
But it is difficult to talk honestly about some certain topics, isn't
especially
it?
at my age.
Well, we you
Can
know,
be,
but
it
you
can
know,
be.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
even if you don't mean to,
I don't, no,
you
I
could
never
you
do.
could maybe say something negative about someone you personally kind of have a working kind of a relationship with, or the company they work for, or anything
Oh
like that.
God, I know.
So
this podcast was probably a bad idea, but we're going with it anyway. You just take it for what it is.
yeah, well,
Just a couple of idiots. It doesn't matter what we say. Nobody cares anyway.
that's true. Yeah, you really don't.
Anyway, what's today's topic?
I don't know. We never. Again, it's an unfiltered kind of load of wank.
well, one of the things. All right, well, one of the things. Well, one of the big news stories recently. And I thought it was appropriate to maybe talk about because there is like this double-edged thing in this band where we are a rock band and we like all that heavy stuff, but there is a big
All that heavy stuff.
All that heavy stuff. There is a there is a big country element in this band, isn't there?
There is a big country element in this band. You're right.
But there isn't there, and that probably comes from us being from a place and our relatives being so into country, like your granddad and great uncles and your dad.
My grandpappy.
Yeah, no, and they all played country music. Where we're from, it seems to be it was a bit of a country music hub at one time, wasn't it?
It is, yeah.
You know, my dad played in bands with your relatives and stuff, and it's just been everywhere, hasn't it? Alex is a big country fan. You're a big country fan. Bowser likes his country.
It's the Nashville of the UK, is Carnforth.
Is it? Well, it used to have the line dancing thing back in like
No, there is
early 90s. The Red Court, where we practiced for a few years before it got demolished, rightly so as well. Disgusting shit, all that place was. It has a massive line dancing thing. Do you remember the line dancing film?
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah,
It was crazy, didn't it?
I remember my nana and granddad going. I think my mum might even have been, you know, and she could have only been like in her 20s at the time.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, if you were going line dancing in your 20s and it wasn't like
fucking hell,
frowned upon, you know,
line dancing.
Well,
What happened to line dancing now? It exploded. It really was. It was a massive thing. My mum used to go,
yeah, line dancing. Yeah.
Anyway.
We could probably put a different spin on that for what most
We could have been
most
line
of the people
dancing
were
in our time.
what most people were doing in their
Line
20s.
/ dancing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again,
my mum's
they're
like-
nice. So I think the
Anyway.
yeah, there really was and like an oddly strong country connection to like the Northwest. There seemed to be maybe it was everywhere and just didn't realise.
Well,
it,
I'll tell you else. The reason was Frontierland. It sounds ridiculous. There was a theme park in Morecambe called Frontierland, and they used to have all the bars
Western
on the front,
themed, yeah.
Western. And then in Blackpool there was a few big similar bars. Because that band Midwest used to go and play in Blackpool all the time, and it was country cowboy hats everywhere.
Yeah.
Used to go to like, I remember as a little kid going with my dad, and they went to, it was like one bank holiday weekend. It was like a hoedown type thing. It was like a field with a barn, and there was shootouts and line dancing and country bands and knife throwing.
What,
And,
like?
yeah, obviously the firing
Oh right.
blanks,
gonna
aren't
say.
they? You know what I mean? But they do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd have them sort of. They'd have like 10
That's Blackpool, innit? you
yeah,
know?
whatever, yeah. They'd have a shootout, one would fall down. Fucking shite.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I used to laugh in it. But
yeah, you're right. Your country was a massive part of
seemed to be, I don't know why.
growing up. Don't know. It's just a thing. I mean, love the music, obviously, and not so much. Well, I'd say the culture. It's so far removed from the deep South in America, and
It's just bizarre, isn't it?
the heat and
Just shows the music, though, doesn't it? It just shows the power the music has. Those artists. I mean, for me, I remember when I was a kid, Garth Brooks was like my mum
megastar,
and dad
yeah.
got into that. That was the big one. Like Garth Brooks, I remember him getting all his albums and that, and the Dixie Chicks, and Alan Jackson, and probably a few others. Like, but they were the main ones, really.
Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, they were kind of like where country became pop when it was where the line between country and
The kind of outlaw thing was became a bit of a dinosaur.
yeah, I think Chris Christopherson and
yeah.
well, maybe it started earlier, with Kenny Rogers and stuff, because that's very polished kind of country-esque sort of music, isn't it,
I suppose it is. Yeah.
Maybe it's where rock, country, and pop kind of then all blurred because like some electric guitars started happening in Brooks and Dunn. I think I'd say Brooks and Dunn were the. Well, this wasn't actually going to be the topic of today's
No, it wasn't. No.
podcast. But we're just talking about.
We're reminiscing.
Yeah. Anyway, digress. Country music. I actually think it's more to do with cultures really than it is to do with suns and being in the sun and tractors and going down by the river to drink Bud Light and all that stuff. It's more like the working man kind of connection, which obviously from where we're from, it's big industrial towns. It's that. I think it's that kind of thing.
I could not believe when I was in the Air Force I went to Saudi Arabia in 2000, something like that. 2003, I think I went, and I was on an American Air Force base. And I'd obviously was I listened to country, and my only experience of country music was what was going on in frigging Morecambe and Carnforth. And I went there, and like every night they'd have karaoke going on.
And the Americans.
And I couldn't believe it was country song after country song after country song after country song, hundreds of them. These guys just getting up and singing country songs. Like I was like, frigging hell, I had no idea.
Yeah,
mad in it.
America is staggeringly big.
Like you never heard one like big pop song played anywhere really. There was no like if ever there was a bar or there was like karaoke or there was something going on. There was never any like the big commercial songs you think you'd hear. It was country songs. Every song was a country song.
Yeah. I'm not
stereotype.
the few times I've been over to America, it's so much more prominent. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's great, to be honest.
I think it's taking over, isn't it? It's taking over here as well. Stephen sent us. Stephen actually. We're still not talking about what we're going to talk about. Stephen sent an interesting study. You see that stat he sent in our group
about guitar?
Country-based guitar music in Europe becoming
on the rise.
The guy,
Rick Beato.
Rick Beato, that's right. He was saying about guitar music, only country guitar music becoming more popular than it's ever been before.
Just the instrument of the guitar is sort of overtaken keyboards, you know, a little bit for the first time in about 30 odd years. You know, finally getting over the 80s.
Stick that up your ass, Casio.
Yeah,
what that means. Korg. We don't work with Korg, do we?
Korg. No, they can.
For that, pissed anyone off.
Casio. Yeah, we've got a Casio endorsement.
I got a free watch.
Yeah, got all the watches.
I wonder
if is it the same Casio? It must
Casio
be.
keyboards. It will be, won't it? I don't think it's a coincidence, is it? Two electrical companies.
Do you want to kit your school out with those DJ keyboards? And we would also sort you out with some wristwatches as well.
They've got a proper cult following, them wristwatches, haven't they?
Yeah. And you can go diving up to 100 metres in your Casio watch. It'll work to 100 metres.
What time is it? 4:30.
It's ridiculous.
Oh dear!
Good to know.
Half the most useless feature fucking ever. Huh? Fucking hell.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I'll be late for my tea. I'm fucking 100 metres down. I'll get myself back soon. Anyway, we'll talk about country music, the guitar. Yeah.
Yes, guitar. Yeah. It's just country rock and pop has always been kind of the lines have always sort of blurred a little bit, and now Anyway, getting to the point. You know, pop artists and rock artists, they have a country album, you know. Sometimes they talk, I'm going to go and do a country album. I'm going to go to Nashville and do a country album, you know. Steven Tyler did it. Bon Jovi did it back in the early 2000s or whatever.
Your man out of Foo Fighters did it, didn't he?
Chris Shiflett. Yeah, he did.
He did it, yeah.
And
to us, it seems, and to me, you see that, and you think, oh, the clutch in here. Steven Tyler's doing a country album. Oh, that's grabbing a bit, innit? What's he doing that for? But from my angle, you just see Steven Tyler as a rock artist. But him living in America, he is very much brought up around country music, isn't he? So to him, it makes perfect sense. But to other people, it might be confusing, you know, to go, why is he doing that? But to him, he's like, well, I live this shit.
Well, listen to bloody Crazy, you know. There's a country song. So, I mean, it's not exactly like he's leapt from...
No massive departure,
you know. If Sepultura came and did a country album, that is a...
I would fucking buy that.
That would be something. But anyway, finally getting to the point.
Anyway, that's all from us. Goodbye. See you next week.
Who's just done a country... Well, it's a song, isn't it? It's not an album.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be part of an album, though.
Oh, really? Is it?
I think so, yeah. Fucking, that's because of my research. Yeah. No, it's from a country. I read it. It's a country album. Beyonce. Whatever she's called. Beyonce. Yeah. Beyonce.
Back to line dancing again.
Yeah, that's it. Beyonce. Yeah, she's put out a country single called Texas Hold'em, and I believe there's another single called 16 Carriages, which is which was obviously like a B-side or some sort of bonus track, and she's the first black woman to have a number one in the country charts.
Right.
I mean,
cool.
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that I had heard the song. I mean, you mentioned it yesterday. I listened to it. And it's not
It's a good video.
terrible. It's
Hell of a video.
it's a good video. Go and watch it. And but it's it's actually more country than I thought it was going to be. Do you know what I mean? It's actually more country,
Yeah.
sonically, in terms of instruments. It's banjos and all that kind of stuff than a lot of country is now, which can be very processed and and electronic.
It's tedious, very tedious country. I never thought that. It really is, isn't it? There's some real stuff. Yeah, I listen to a lot of. I can't listen to a lot of new country. It's like it just doesn't nothing like country. But fair play to her that it does. It does have a very
rootsy.
Yeah. And I was reading online that she was brought up in Texas. She was raised in Texas, and she used to sing at rodeos.
Oh, right,
perform
okay.
at rodeos and stuff like that. So it's obviously a massive part of her life, isn't it?
Well,
being brought up around it all.
I can. I mean, she's obviously an amazing singer. I've never. Not that it's my forte whatsoever, but obviously when Mrs. and that, she loves Beyonce, and whenever it's on, I'm like, I don't know, it's I don't get that style of
Shit is
R&B, whatever it falls into, I don't know.
You can't deal with it. No.
It's not my thing really.
It's like, here we go. It's like it's not made to grab your attention. It's like it's made to just be on and just to be like, yeah, that's all right. It sounds very safe to me. Like, there's no, they don't. But then again, that makes sense. Why would you want to? Why would you want to polarize yourself? Being a massive artist, you want to be massive, don't you? And be liked by everyone. Rather than do something extreme and polarize yourself, either be loved or hated. You're not going to be as popular, are you? So maybe that's the thinking. Maybe that's part of the ingredients to write these songs. It's got to be.
I mean, she's got
boring for some.
I think it's mainly just the big hit she's had that I don't get. What's the
to the left,
one?
to the left.
The put your, if you don't like it, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it.
Oh, right, yeah, that one, yeah.
She's lost her phone. It's on silent.
And
but that I don't. That's just I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to slag Beyonce off. She's done this song. Go check it out. It's better than most country efforts.
Right. It gets a bit boring fast, I think. I don't know. It's all right. It's good. It starts off really well. I thought this is brilliant, and then if you want to listen to it on a decent stereo as well. I listened to it on my iPad and thought I wasn't a big fan. Then I listened to it at home and I thought, yeah, it's a lot. It's actually, you hear the production then, and there's instruments coming in as the song goes on. I like that. Like there's more instruments added. A lot of songs do that, don't they? I think that's clever, but
yeah, it's not bad.
It's all right. But it went to a number one though. But yeah, I mean, but that's that. I mean, is that country fans or is that her fans? I mean, obviously, obviously, it's her fans. She could write a flipping death metal album, and no matter how crap it is, her fans would support that, and she would probably get a number one. So, is it proof that it's something good, credible, popular? I don't know. Or is it just Beyonce is bigger than all that? And
maybe. It's inevitably going to drag a load of people along with her.
It'd be interesting to know what actual country fans think. I haven't really read anything from country fans. I don't know.
I don't mind it at all. I mean, this country fan doesn't mind it. I think it's okay. I think there's worse. Like I said, I think there's been far more like
diluted,
insipid kind of efforts. Where it's all right. Fair enough. She's saying Texas Hold'em. It's a very she's obviously referencing a lot of the cliches and all that kind of stuff. But sonically, it's fine. I think it's great. I like the instruments. Right. The song, one song that I thought
it's catchy. It has been in my head all morning. I've got to be honest. So is that job done?
I can't. Again, I should have done the research, but
Shania Twain. If you did that, would it?
Shania Twain did a song with another current pop artist, singer.
Do you want me to fill while you Google?
It's all right. Yeah, pad it out. I know the song's called Unhealthy, and it's well, if that's unhealthy, da 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 da.
All right.
Even if it kills me, still gonna be your. Where is this song? Unhealthy. Anne Marie featuring Shania Twain. That's definitely got a country vibe to it. It's all acoustic,
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you think her voice has a big part to play? I mean, Beyonce is an incredible singer, and it sounds to me, it's like it's very much it's soul country. She's of such a soulful voice, and it's hard to. I think maybe listen to that much old school country. You just expect a tone in a voice, in a country voice, for it to sound a certain way. And country singers have a certain voice, and she obviously has Beyonce's voice, which is, and it's difficult to separate.
Yeah, it's a lot more
pop and stuff from a country stuff, but you can't just put a banjo on there and go, well, it's a country song. Can you?
Well, exactly.
Which it doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying that's what they've done. Obviously not, because
No, you're right. You're right though. That is what a lot of this kind of stuff do. You know, they literally change nothing and just change the instrumentation and
bang a banjo on there.
Stick a banjo on and mention Bud Light a few times and dancing on the hood of my daddy's tractor.
Take a few pictures wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah,
Bob's your uncle, isn't it?
It's done.
Bob's your sister's brother.
Yeah,
or whatever.
No way. Well, yeah,
yeah.
But
no, fair play. And you know what? It's done. It's done the job, hasn't it? She's being talked about all over the world, and it's big. It's big for female artists. It's big for black artists, for black female artists. It's just massive. It can only be a good thing, can't it? Regardless of what you think of the song, it's great.
Well, I mean, coming from the UK, it's never a thing, is it? You know, things aren't so, I believe, as racially kind of charged as they are in America. Like, no. I don't know, cultures are just kind of different, but I just sort of, I've always thought that was a weird thing in country music in particular, because it was always sort of mentioned around, I love Darius Rucker, used to sing in Hootie and the Blowfish in like massive 90s band.
Oh yeah, massive.
And he went on to have a huge country career. And it was always mentioned, you know, if you were ever going to read anything about him, it was always brought up the fact that he was like one of the only sort of black mega country stars to be doing it. And it's just like, what? It really is something that only kind of is ever sort of talked about in America.
Yeah.
Because a few weeks ago, was it months, when Tracy Chapman's, I think she was the first black woman to win a CMA Country Music Award.
Wow.
And it's like, bloody hell, this thing's been going for, God, how many years, you know, decades.
Yeah. That's ludicrous.
It is mental. It is crazy.
Isn't it?
So when you put it into those perspectives, you know, it is a big deal.
It is a massive deal. Yeah.
And that song, that Fast Car, is incredible.
If you haven't checked that out, check out the because they performed it, didn't they? What's he called? Luke Combs. Was it at the CMAs?
CMAs, yeah.
Check it out on YouTube. Yeah. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs performing that at the CMAs. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible.
There's some great footage of her from back in like the 90s when she was first starting, and I think she was supporting the Rolling Stones at Wembley, and I think the whoever was going to open for them couldn't do it last minute, and she was just going to be like the very opening act,
right?
And she ended up having to go out, and it's literally just her and an acoustic guitar. No one at this point in the UK knows who she is.
Right.
And she starts playing the Fast Car, and you can hear it. It's like a rowdy stadium. It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, by the end of the song, like the whole stadium's obviously like captivated.
Fucking hell.
It's amazing. Like really good.
What is that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'll have to look at that.
Go
amazing,
find that. But so other country crossovers. What can you think of any?
He's amazing though, and just to go back to Luke Combs in particular, like that guy is like. I mean, I'd never even heard of him till Alex played that. What's the massive song?
When It Rains, It Pours.
That's a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate for me. Like if we're writing a bit of stuff like and. I know we like our country stuff, and we have written, we've written a few songs that got a bit of a country edge to them. I know it's ridiculous, but in my head, I always compare them to that song. I listen to the ingredients and I listen to the stuff, and I'm like, this is what you want to eat.
That song is about as perfect as
peak country.
Well, it doesn't matter what you're into. If you like country music, if you like rock, if you like just pop or good songs or whatever, even if you're not into anything specifically, it's just a great song. It's a song that
amazing song.
Everyone, your nana would like,
Yeah. It's a great song. He's massive, and he's fucking colossal, and Alex is a massive fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great voice, and he's prolific as well. I mean, he's only really been 6 or 7 years he's been doing this. He's had about 5
that
albums,
all?
you know. Yeah, well, I know.
What a wanker.
But this is it, though. I mean, it's so local to America. You know, they never leave America.
They don't have to, do they? Really?
They don't, and it's because they don't have to. That's not fair to say that they don't never, but really they don't. You
They
know?
don't have to, but it's nice. Well, it's nice of them to come over here, isn't it? If they don't have to, I mean, you know, they generally come over here and you see them like 7 nights in flipping Dublin or something.
Yeah,
like,
well, or they do
know.
that country to country thing. So
yeah.
it's like they'll bring an army of them, you know, a bunch of country artists, and then they'll do a gig in Dublin, Glasgow, and London. And then rotate around, and then it's sort of like, oh, we're done. We've ticked it off now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people come from all over Europe to these gigs. But Brad Paisley, though, however, has always made a point of touring Europe, properly touring Europe. You know, like all the countries.
Is it really
you know?
good?
Yeah.
It goes everywhere, does it? Right?
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
Fucking fair play.
Just for an intimate tour in the arenas, you know.
It's only 20,000 people a night. That's all. You know, it's
But yeah, they do stadiums, you know, like for fun, and it is absolutely mental, like
crazy,
staggering.
Eh? Yeah, it's another world, isn't it?
But yeah, you know, in all honesty, new country music, it's not like always a hit for me. Like you said before, there's a lot of it.
There's a lot
garbage.
There's a lot of genreless artists. Some of the biggest, Taylor Swift, like I mean, as far as I'm concerned, 10 years ago she was a country artist. Now,
yeah,
I've never been a fan anyway, but you know that's irrelevant. But she's I don't know. It's not really country. I don't.
you leave Taylor alone.
She's not really country anymore, is she? Really?
No, I mean,
but why would you be if you can sweep up fans? I don't know. What's he called? Post Malone. He's another one, isn't he? I can't decide what he does. Is he a rapper? Is he? He does all sorts, doesn't he? He's prolific, isn't he? It's fair play, you know.
Yeah.
He writes country stuff, doesn't he? And did a song with Ozzy and a bit of all sorts.
Yeah. I think he's
Cowboy hat syndrome. Stick a cowboy hat on.
He seems like a very chill guy, doesn't he, Post Malone?
Oh, he is. I like him. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. Country music, rock music, whatever.
What do you reckon? Country music. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know.
Is it country and western? I've got to be honest. When I'm at home and I ask Alexa to play some music and I want to listen to country, if you ask for country, I don't get what I want. I have to ask for country and western. Alexa, play country and western. Here's a station of 60s country music.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I fucking do. Yeah, nice one.
Need the. We need to hear the crackle of the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Of the
I can't
gramophone.
be doing with that. I can't be doing like a lot of the new pop country. Like
There is a lot of good stuff, but there is also a lot of junk, and you just have to sift through it. And I think that's true of, to be honest, most genres.
Yeah, totally.
So
You're totally right.
But it does seem to be a little formulaic these days with country. It seems to be like, right, you need these chords and you need these subject matters to tick off.
Yeah.
And then you need these instruments
War
at a certain
Heroes.
point.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Well, all that. Well, Toby Keith died a few weeks ago. He was a big country artist who was he's in my premiership of country. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of conference league kind of like artists out there, but he was a Premier League top flight contender, and he died, and he went through that as well. Like he went through a real big yeehaw, phase. Yeah, and he actually came to some controversy with them and the Dixie Chicks at the time.
Oh yeah, I know about that. The Dixie Chicks, yeah, they proper naffed it up, didn't they? Really.
Well, it was a beef between the two of them because he came out all America, courtesy of the red, white, and blue and all this.
Right.
What's that song with a?
Oh my God, I know what you're gonna say.
I don't even know if I want to bring it up, but it's a song that's actually out there.
Yeah, about bugger me.
Bin Laden.
Yeah.
His rhymes.
9/11.
Have you forgotten?
Have you forgotten the day Bin Laden?
Yeah, they rhyme Bin Laden with forgotten, and it's like You have to look it up. It's terrible.
It's mint.
Right, the ice is getting thin. The ice is getting too thin for comfort. We're talking about Bin Laden now, so we're going to
Let's talk about him.
let's wrap it up. Bin Laden for garden. That's great.
Oh, fucking hell. Why do I put so much effort into words? I mean, that is one of the greatest rhyming couplets I've ever heard in my life.
Right, we'll leave it there, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Yeehaw.
Same time next week.
I'll shoot some cans.